What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Now that the Call of Duty Vanguard Champion Hill Alpha, it's a mouthful, is finally over, I thought why not sit down, talk to you guys a little bit about some of the things that I did like, some of the things I didn't like, and talk about the future of where Call of Duty Vanguard could possibly be going to the beta and the full release of the game. Just know these are my opinions of it. So if you have a differing opinion or I missed something, I leave something out, be sure to drop it down below in the comments and let me know what you guys are thinking. So if you guys are enjoying the videos, be sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, turn on for notifications. Without further ado, let's hop right in. Starting things off, overall, I really did enjoy the Champion Hill game mode. I thought this was a giant step up, a giant leap forward from Gunfight. Gunfight was fun at the beginning for maybe like a week, maybe, and then it kind of just died off. I really didn't play it that much. It felt very repetitive, whereas Champion Hill might feel a little bit better, more fresh. You can buy different weapons, you're not always using the same ones. I think there's a lot more variety there than Gunfight had back in Modern Warfare. Overall, I really did like the tournament style games. This could bring for amazing prizes in tournaments in the future once the full game is actually released. But moving on to some of the pros that I really did enjoy. First off, the graphics. Now, you might be like, oh, it's running on the Modern Warfare engine. It looks just like Modern Warfare. I really didn't think it looked like Modern Warfare. Some of like the movements and everything felt like Modern Warfare, but it looked like its own game. It looked pretty good. The graphics overall were good. Yes, there were some bugs and stuff that we'll get to later, but right now, overall, just talking like overall graphics when you're playing the game, walking around, running around, whatever it may be, it looks really, really good. Another thing to note that this is an alpha, so we don't know when PlayStation actually got the alpha. Or we might know, I just don't know. So what could have happened is, back in June, Sledgehammer could have sent the alpha over to PlayStation, and that's what we played. So this could be like a almost 3-month-old alpha by the time we got our hands on it. So there's probably plenty of work that's been done since the release of the alpha. But moving on to the next thing, map design. Now you might be like, oh, the maps suck, they were dull, it's gray. I thought overall, they looked good, yes. And when you really get down to know the maps, there are some jump spots where you can hit and outplay your enemy. I just feel like this just increases that skill gap, and I think it's absolutely amazing. So like in Warzone, you can hop on different things to get up into a window, or hop around, break a window, come back down the other way. There's just different ways to outplay the enemy, and I feel like these Champion Hill maps had that perfectly. So I don't know if they just put extra attention to detail since these are smaller maps, or how it's going to work once we get our full 6v6 maps, since we do know there are 16 confirmed 6v6 maps at launch. So I'm not really sure how that's all going to pan out. If they're all going to be good, I'm sure the majority will be meh, okay. But I'm hoping that same attention to detail is going to go into the full-size maps, and this can be an absolute amazing game, amazing year for multiplayer. Now let's talk a little bit about the feel of the game. If you guys have played Modern Warfare or Warzone in the past year and a half, you're going to feel right at home playing Vanguard. It feels, I'm not going to say identical to Modern Warfare, there's plenty of things that are different, but for the most part, it does feel very similar to Modern Warfare. I wouldn't go as far to say that it feels like you're playing Modern Warfare, but it does feel very, very similar. Now the guns pull up, I think, a little bit slower. The slide cancel is a little bit slower, there's a little bit of a delay, but overall I think that is great for gameplay, especially in the competitive side of things, if there's going to be a league play in this game, because we know that slide canceling can be a little bit of an exploit, the way you can camera around a corner. But overall, the feel of the game, I absolutely loved it. If you guys like Cold War more than Modern Warfare, I don't know what to tell you. First off, like no. Cold War did not feel, no, throwing that in the past. I'm excited for Vanguard coming up. But guys, let's move on to the weapons. We got to look at a big majority of the weapons, I would say, at least for an alpha. I'm sure once we get the beta, we'll get even more hands-on with some more weapons. But overall, the weapons felt very nice. It felt like they had a good bit of recoil as compared to Cold War. Cold War weapons, you could beam someone across map with an AK-74U. It's just like, what? Now, you can still do that in Vanguard, but it's going to be a little bit harder, at least at this point in time. We didn't get hands-on with Creator Class or Gunsmith, so I don't know exactly how the guns are going to pan out. You might be able to make a gun that's an absolute laser beam. I don't know yet. But at the point of the alpha, the guns felt very good, felt like it had good recoil. Like if you're running around with an SMG, you're going to feel like you're running around with an SMG. If you're hitting those medium-range shots, you're going to feel more satisfied because you hit those shots because of the recoil. Now let's switch gears a little bit here and talk a little bit about the cons of the alpha. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the visibility at distance. So if you're on one side of the map and the enemy's on the whole other side, not every map, there's a couple maps that are fine, but these are pretty small maps to have 2v2, 3v3 on, and when you're at a distance, you're not aimed in. When you're aimed in, it's completely fine. But when you're not aiming in, there's times where it's very hard to see the enemy, and you'll just be like, oh, I don't know where I just died from. I don't know where he shot me from. I don't know. So I think visibility and rendering at a distance could be improved a little bit. Again, this is an alpha, so feedback is necessary for them to better the game before it is fully released. And I think that's one part where they can change the visibility and the graphics, the rendering, to help you see better at a distance without aiming in. Next up, your screen going dark when you get shot. So when you get shot in this alpha and you get injured, whoo, your screen basically goes black with red spots around. So basically a black screen with red vignette. Like, what do you want me to do? I don't even know where I'm going. There was times in the alpha where I would get shot and I couldn't see. I didn't know where I was running. I didn't know anything. I didn't know if I was dead. So that was definitely improvement. And they did say, they gave a list of things that they were actually fixing. I believe that they sent it out on Saturday on Twitter, that they were actually listening to the community and already started working on some of these improvements that people have been given feedback on that Friday, the day the alpha was released. So it's absolutely amazing. Hopefully this communication and transparency continues throughout the life cycle of Vanguard. But to start things off, great job, Sledgehammer. Next up, seeing names through walls. Now, sometimes you can see the full name, sometimes you can just see the little diamond. Whatever it may be, you could aim in and you'll see a name through the wall, and you can just wait till he comes around, end him. Like, what? I do believe that is another thing they put in their tweet that they were already looking at into fixing. And this one also goes along with the last one, shooting through everything. It literally felt like I was playing on a map made of cardboard. If I did see a name through a wall, I would just start shooting, because most likely I can shoot through that material. Like, no matter what it was, brick wall, stone wall, anything, truck, I can shoot through that item. So I don't know if that's just the Champion Hill maps where you can shoot through things, but hopefully the 6v6 maps aren't like that, because it'd be absolutely insane. You could just sit and spawn, start spraying off spawn, probably get 1 or 2 kills. If it is for just Champion Hill, then that's fine. I'm fine with it. I understand it's like a sort of like a training tournament area, but hopefully the 6v6 maps you're unable to shoot through absolutely everything. And then that also brings me to the explosive incendiary rounds. If you upgrade your gun at a certain point, you got a different ammo type. Sure, the explosive rounds and the incendiary rounds aren't the only different ammo types you can get in the game, but this is kind of alarming for me, because I don't know how to feel about it. On one hand, it's kind of cool to have, but on the other hand, it's like, is that really necessary? And that also probably helps in with shooting through everything, because if I have an explosive round, it's probably going to do more damage. And if someone's camping a corner, I can shoot near that corner and probably hit him. So there's probably going to be some cheesy things that go on with the different ammo types and different rounds. But overall, those are my thoughts here on the Vanguard Alpha. If I missed anything, drop it down below in the comments. If your opinion differs from mine, that's okay. Drop it down below in the comments and we can continue the conversation over there. But guys, if you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, hit the subscribe button, turn on for notifications, tell your friends, tell your family, notify me at iProPyTash at all major social medias. That's Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. All at iProPyTash. You also follow me at Life of PyTash, both on YouTube and Instagram for more lifestyle blog type videos. But I'll see you guys next time.